Ladies and gents, the time has come for altcoins to in the end take over, and this is proper. Even though XRP, XLM, and a variety of these different altcoins have been stealing the show as a past due, the show is simply starting. And men, ladies, it is time to get very, very excited for altcoins. I'm going to be speaking about why in this video. So with that being stated, let's dive on in. Welcome to the channel, anyone. If you men are new to the channel, optimistically with the aid of the cease of this video, you do become a subscriber. My call is Nick. Let's get the display started. Sit, return, loosen up, test your posture, make certain that you men are sitting up immediately, and permits dive on in. So remaining 24-hour gainers, XLM hitting almost 50 cents, splendid. I recognize that it was buying and selling over 50 cents for a little bit of time there. Across the board, there was some brilliant gains, 7-day span. I imply it's sort of crazy to take a look at the 7-day span, but you realize I definitely do suppose that time on this marketplace will pay off in a completely huge manner. And what we're beginning to witness right here is simply the start of a much large growth to the upside. And you already know, even though as we take a look at Bitcoin, it's beginning to stall, it's starting to get dull. And that is precisely what takes place every single cycle. We go back all the way to 2021. For instance, permits move and look at this actual brief you recognize. So this was the initial segment whilst Bitcoin began to get uninteresting here. It commenced to no longer pass as risky. And this is whilst vintage cash began to head quite parabolic. It became just like the starting of 2021. Then, on the next wave up for Bitcoin, it took antique cash with it due to the truth that Bitcoin dominance become dropping at the same time as Bitcoin turned into surging to the upside. Now that Bitcoin is, simply underneath $100,000. We are starting to see Bitcoin dominance dropping whilst we watch for the following leg up on Bitcoin, which means that vintage cash are about to thieve the show in a massive way, in my opinion. Now, talking more so approximately that, let's address why Bitcoin is also about to have any other allows go and look at this. So a huge amount of Tether, 2 billion, become minted on the Tether treasury these days. Again, we already recognize the code with Tether. It maintains to push the fee of Bitcoin higher each unmarried time. We've talked about this on a couple of activities. It's like the largest element around Bitcoin. But you understand, as we have a look at trading extent, the number one element that I'm looking for right here is Ethereum to sincerely turn Bitcoin in terms of buying and selling quantity. And it's getting very near, like more or less $6 billion away. And I do agree with that. Ethereum is about to scouse borrow the lead here, that section of the cycle. Now, after segment, we already recognize that old cash is subsequent. And via the manner, if you men do want to get right of entry to a ton of courses and things like that, join the free Discord. I also do have the top rate aspect on sale for 50% off proper now within the description under. If you men do need to move, take a look at that out. You men are more than welcome to. Glaringly, you guys do not need to, but I'm just pronouncing that it is on sale till the give up of the month. But outside of that proper. We've additionally been seeing XRP, large quantities of XRP being transferred. Here's 58 million XRP, nearly 6 million XRP, 58 million XRP once more. Like, those are a few very big transactions, and I do question what is taking place here. Even over right here, we've almost 87 million XRP, and that is why when we examine XRP, the overall buying and selling quantity, it is dropping a bit, sitting at approximately 15.5 billion. Over the ultimate couple days, although we have likely accrued nicely over like $50 billion in phrases of buying and selling volume, if no longer more. So it is very thrilling to peer a big amount of buying and selling volume picking up for XRP. I mean, even though we pass back in time and have a look at the ancient peaks, I imply you could see the trading quantity on here. I suggest that is like 3 billion. Sometimes it turned into like 8 billion or so at the pinnacle, but all through 2021, you may see a whole lot of this buying and selling volume honestly choosing up. And it is crazy due to the fact we are not even certainly close to a number of in recent times, wherein we had like $35 billion in phrases of buying and selling quantity in a single day. And if we take a look at where we are at now, you realize quite a few are buying and selling volume turned into like 15 billion, 10 billion, 11 billion. I suggest it's a large quantity of trading extent, but it is now not even close to the 2021 highs, and we're already sitting at approximately $1.50. So think about, as soon as we start to see a lot of that liquidity and a lot of that volume returning to the marketplace, jumping into things like XRP, believe how high these task results are genuinely going to head, which is why I say you understand. I would not be amazed if we broke the 2021 excessive and actually broke to a brand new all-time high by means of the quid of the year. And I know that sounds very crazy to say, but hi there, a variety of humans concept that you realize Bitcoin's almost $100,000 via the stop of the 12 months changed into also a loopy component to mention. But look at in which we're proper now. But outside of a lot of the whale movements, the pinnacle 10 gainers the pinnacle gainers within the ultimate 7 days on the pinnacle 100 has simply been crazy to witness. I suggest you realize we had been amassing numerous these projects for what seems like for all time, because the ultimate roughly 2 years ever due to the fact you realize 2022, which we were actually inside the trenches. I was nonetheless making content around crypto. I became nonetheless speaking to you guys about crypto. I became even still talking approximately crypto within the Discord, giving out a few tips, what to build up, what to take a look at. And ever considering that, guys, it has been paying off. It's been paying off. A lot of those tasks off of the lows, just for reference proper, XLM, we were getting XLM on a Scouse borrow lower back in 2020-22. This is like 7 cents kind of, we're sitting at about 50 cents, nearly at a 10x already. So you understand once more, the gains off of just shopping for at some point in the trenches have just been very exciting to watch. So, you know, once more, I constantly stress during the worst instances in this marketplace. It's the excellent time to be centered up. And searching into, you understand, shopping for opportunities. And a number of these initiatives are blue chips. I've constantly said that they may be blue chips. People name them Dino Cash, they call them whatever they need to call them. You understand, some of them sure certain, no all-time high in 70 years, however you understand, which can trade, that can alternate. And I do consider that it is going to exchange this cycle. Now, also outdoor of this, we do have over here from Anderson, because he additionally posted this. He said application coins, the best gainers within the remaining 24 hours. And yeah, listen, numerous of those tasks, ICP, HB, HBAR, XRP, Algo, ADA, XLM, you understand those are projects that loads of people just like absolutely laughed at and wrote off due to the fact, oh, software does not depend. It's all approximately meme coins. I've said it regularly at the meme coin cycle. Will basically segment out. It'll die down. The hype will absolutely die out. And I do trust that it is precisely what is going on. I think that we're now starting to see software tasks being taken critically, specifically as we're at the cusp of regulations. So as we, in reality, take a look at what is taking place here, you recognize, I do assume that lots of the focal point is now starting to be put on those initiatives like XRP, XLM, ET, etc. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about Bitcoin dominance because it's officially occurring. It is formally going on, and if you've been around, in case you've been around at some stage in 2020, 2021, 2017, 2018, or even previous cycles in advance, I noted this the other day where Jim Cramer was speaking approximately, all I ought to inform you is own Bitcoin. That's a winner, right? I read this and I informed you guys that that is the end of segment 1 formally. This is a huge signal that section 1, aka the Bitcoin time in the marketplace, is accomplished. Bitcoin dominance is dropping hard, cash is rotating to vintage coins. And yes, this is what's happening. Look at this, guys. We are now breaking this trend line. We glaringly ought to wait. I'm looking at this in real time. By the time that this does go stay, we should have affirmation of if this is going to close below this trend line or no longer. It's approximately 30 minutes away. But men, if this breaks this trend line, we are about to witness the start of alt season. And I need you guys to comprehend that if we move all the way lower back here to 2021, from the point that this simply broke and misplaced its trend, that's right around, it is like proper around this point right here. So like back in the end of January, maximum antique queens were already starting to pump. I recognize that the graph turned into already beginning to pump right here. So you understand it changed into like January 19th that have subsequently misplaced this fashion.